Sixth graders, Mr. Arnold again here. Just wanted to talk a little bit, give you a little overview about what to expect from reading class this year as a sixth grader. So the big thing that we're going to focus on this year is something related to a plot chart. Now, some of you have done plot charts before, probably not to the extent that we're going to do this year in sixth grade, but you've done them a little bit in previous years. Our big focal point in sixth grade reading is to focus on breaking down stories, whether it's novels, short stories, articles, different pieces of literature, or anything that we're reading. And we're going to break that down into the small details and really dissect that book. So if you think of it from a science thing where you're dissecting an animal, we're going to be dissecting different stories this year. And when we dissect those stories, we're going to be doing lots of different projects related to them. You're going to do some stuff in a couple of your other classes that relate to our stories. But again, the big overview of kind of sixth grade reading is we're going to be dissecting and breaking down different articles, stories, novels that we will read throughout the school year. Just want to go through the syllabus a little bit here just so you have an idea. In my syllabus, this is on our Google Classroom page, so you can go ahead and look at this in greater depth than I go into during this video. Just know I'm here before school, after school, during my prep time. Open any time that you need to meet, whether it's school related, outside of school related, during these hours, outside of these hours. Shoot me an email. We'll get something figured out so that we can work through it. Grading, this is the same throughout all of sixth grade, 80% summative, 20% formative. Retakes, you are given the opportunity to do some retakes in this class on assessment tasks only during the unit. We'll get into more of those details when that first assessment does come for this. You can see this percentage here of what qualifies for each grade. Again, you can go through this at a greater detail than what I'm going through right here. I just want to point out makeup policy that, again, you have the opportunity to retake any summative assessment. I highly suggest retaking something if you're not satisfied with the outcome of the first one. Okay, now let's put in the work to be satisfied with the outcome on the first one. But if you're not, if something happens, you're not satisfied, we'll work something out so that you can get a retake for that and get it to the spot that you feel comfortable with the outcome of the assessment there. Late work, you have the ability to turn in late work. That will be worked on during WIN as well as in the morning from that 7:20 to 8 when you're here at school, and then outside of school as well. Little snapshot here just of the different proficiency targets and content area specific that we're going to be focusing on through this year. I'm not going to go through those. You can go through those at your own time. We don't have a textbook for sixth grade reading. We'll use Scope magazine. We'll use different articles, interviews, dramas. We'll read short stories. We'll read novels. We'll read some newspaper articles, things like that. The couple novels that we will be reading, we'll for sure be reading these three that I have highlighted: The Birch Bark House, Fever, and The Broken Blade. I'm working on trying to find a way to get these other two. I would really like to get this one right around the winter time. It's also a movie, but here's our novels just so you can have an idea. And again, these novels, we'll be reading them in here. We'll be doing some stuff in here with them, but then you'll also be doing stuff related to these novels in Mr. Gorath's class and Mr. Mangone's class. So we'll kind of plan units around with each other. Again, like I said, our big thing is plot charts. That's what we're focusing on. We'll be using Redo, which is just a way to encourage you guys to be reading. And then we'll use Study Island. There'll be standards related to reading class that you will have to accomplish throughout the school year, sometimes on your own, sometimes at school. And again, we'll get into the ins and outs of all that stuff as the year goes on. And then just so you know, all stuff is going to be going through Google Classroom. No Schoology this year. All stuff will be going through Google Classroom. If you have not joined my Google Classroom page, please contact your advisory teacher and we will make sure that we get you into Mr. Arnold's Reading Google Classroom page. Last thing here, reading challenge. Okay, this is big. I challenge you to read. Okay, read. Some people have already asked, can I read off of a tablet? Can I read, short stories? Can I read magazines? Can I read the newspaper? Yes, I don't care what you read. I just want you reading. Okay, need you to read. Eventually, we're going to be doing a challenge this year, an advisory versus advisory challenge, to see which advisory can read the most books. And there'll be more details to come later in the school year with that. But just know, I want you to read anything possible. I'm cool with whatever you're reading as long as you are reading. Looking forward to a great year in reading class.